Welcome to Quick 3D Tutorials. In this video, we want to give you introduction for the camera sequence. The camera sequence is a tool where you can sync your animation from different camera you have created inside the shot. So here we have 3 camera. I can get a preview of it. So I can sync it into the viewport or even going to converting it to the playblast video. But the problem we have with that, we cannot using it for the final render, which is the batch render. We can actually convert this camera to one single camera called Uber camera. What the Uber camera it does is going to starting from C1, camera 1 position, then snapping to second and third, and by this way you have one single camera. But sometimes the setting of this camera can be, let's see, we have different focus length on the camera 1 and 2 and so on. You will miss these because you have only one single camera. So that is you need to keep in mind. But for now, we just want to show you how to use this tool. You're going to the Windows, Animation, Camera Sequence. So the first thing is you need to be careful. The time slider of the default Maya is different with the time slider we have inside the camera sequence. So they are not matching. So they can have different number here and different animation going to playing back and forth. I just want to click on this, just making a camera sequence for all of this scene. You can see we have two numbers. We have 1 to 19. I'm just going to change it. Let's see, 33. So we have one for 33 and one for 33. The first number is going to showing you this animation going to be played from frame 1 to 33. But the second number, if I just moving it, is going to sing to you this going to playing in the frame 24 to 56. So that is, they are different. One is for this time slider, and the first one is for default Maya slider, where the animation is going to show. So just for now, we're just deleting it. So the easiest way to making the camera sequence is just click on this icon, but you can also go to the shot setting. You can name it, selecting the camera you want, type the frame you want, and current frame, which is this frame and not the time slider itself. You can also loading image from the storyboard if you want to match exactly the camera view. But the easiest way is just creating one shot, which is 1 to 19, and make sure you have all of your frame 1 to 19. You can see, and it's going to match selecting it and right click and change the camera. So right now I have the right camera, so you can see the shot have the camera C1, so that is good. Then I can just use the red line over here. You can also making your things bigger if you want. I can just slide this to sync my animation. Of course, I can also use the play button. So maybe over here I want to shifting to second camera. What I do, right click, go to the split shot, but before this, make sure you have the current time. The current time when you having it over here is going to split it over there. So now we have shot 1 and shot 2. Shot 2, I'm going right click, changing my camera to camera 2. As you can see, it's going to update in the viewport. Then we're going to sliding maybe somewhere about here. I'm making another split, selecting get the last one to be C3. So C3, C2, C1. So here we have just creating this camera sequence. So I just playing it, so that's camera 1, 2 and 3. We have also an option over the view playlist is going to give us the name of the different shot, where they are exactly inside Maya time slider, where it is exactly in the time slider inside the camera sequence, and which camera we have. So, and we can of course refresh these if we want to make exactly adjustment. And that can be also helpful to think, okay, the camera one, I can of course name it camera one should catching for the batch render from 1 to 21 and camera 2 from 22 to 51 and so on. So by this way I'm going to getting like good information to know instead of manually find that. So the second thing I will show you is basically how we can loading the audio inside that. There are different two different type we have. We can loading audio file for the shot or for the sequence. What is different, if I selecting this shot and then going to import this file, let me just find it, and just opening the soundtrack, so that one is linking for this shot, so I cannot move it, I cannot adjust it, I cannot do anything for it. So that is kind of like look to this place. For now I just selecting it and delete it. The second way we can also adding a audio file is to import sequence audio. So we're just loading same file, but now it is this audio for all of the scene I have. You can of course adding more in one sound file if you want. So over here I can just slide this. Let's see, I want to starting the music a little bit from here. And if you're going over this number, you can actually showing more of this animation, or excuse me, the audio file or the music if you want to. So you can just adjust this by this way. So now if we just playing or play, I don't know if you can listen. So we have now. If in some cases your play back is not real time, so you can convert this to the playlist. So to do this, going to the playlist and saying to playlist sequence, then reset its tool is going to saving it inside the movie, and I just going to call it for, I don't know, test. There we go. Of course the quality and this on, and you can just make a play blast sequence. So now you have the preview what is going to look like. And if you want to know where it has been saved inside your inside your Maya, you have an option. Yes, it is over the movie, and here we having the video if you want to find it and more. So the last things we want to also show you is the Uber camera, which is going to shifting for the different. Just go to the crate and Uber camera, and that it is. So now I can just go back. I'm just going to close this. So now if I just playing my animation, oops, I think my Maya crash, excuse me, so sorry about it. I have just loading the file again. So here we can see if I just play this animation is only showing in the C1. If I going to the panel, go to the Uber camera, so now if I just play this animation, you can see is going to showing me all the camera. But what it does exactly, if I just going to the perspective camera, selecting the Uber camera, basically, I don't know if you sing it, when we play this is going to shift from this to second very fast so that you cannot sing it. But if you have a motion blur or something between them, so maybe you're going to getting an error with the render. So, but for the game engine, it will work fine. And that was these things about the camera sequence inside Maya. And thanks for watching.